Hi Flosstube, I am Helen D. Thank you for tuning in today. Happy June. I don't know what day it is. Not that it matters, it doesn't really matter what day you watch. It might still be June. It might not. How is everyone? I am hot. It is hot here in Maine. It's hot in New England. It's supposed to hit almost 90, if not 90 today, which for us for June is unheard of. We usually get a few 90-degree days in the summer. They're coming fast and furious. One of the reasons why I think it's so bad, and I think I've mentioned this last summer, we don't have central air, and a lot of people in Maine do not because we're not used to this heat. We have all the ways of heating the houses. We have the gas stoves and the wood stoves and the pellet stoves. We have all the heating, none of the cooling. So we just cave up. We get up in the morning and shut all the windows and put all the shades down and turn the ceiling fans on, which unfortunately we even have those. We have 2 ancient air conditioners. Usually, some years we don't even bother to pull them out because it's more work for the 3 days, but if it's already June and it's this hot, we put them in, and they've been running a lot. So it's hot. So if I'm sweaty, I'm sorry. You get up. I got up, I just got out of the shower, dried my hair, I need another shower. I'm hot again. We have 1 week left of school here for my district. Today's a Tuesday, he gets out on a Tuesday, so that will be summertime. I don't know how summer will affect my filming. I might still be every 2 weeks. I might be 2 once and then 3. Who knows? We'll figure it out together. We have been busy. I don't have any fully finished things this 2 weeks. I was trying to get stuff done before school ended, but we've just been busy. We got the garden in, then we got the garden in again because our tomatoes just aren't doing well, so we had to replace some. We had some sunflowers that something's been eating one at a time like a jerk. So that's in. My son started playing tennis. He played in PE class, which don't call it gym class. He gets very upset. It's PE. So he was really into tennis. So we go up to the school and we've played. We don't know what we're doing. We're not tennis players. But there is a tennis place in the next town over. So we've signed him up. I don't know if it's a lesson. It's like a group. We went last week and he was in a younger age group than the guy thought he should be. So we actually go tonight and he'll be in the group that he thinks he should be with. So we'll see how that goes. It's inside, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about heat. It'll still be muggy in there, I'm sure. No sunscreen, so that he's thrilled about that. So that will be 2 nights a week for the summer that I'll be tennis stitching. My son's not sporty, so I didn't see this coming. Thank you for the comments on my last video for the picture ledges. I really like those. I had quite a few people ask where I got mine, and the reason I didn't link the ones I got them on Amazon. The brand was Walnature, like furniture, but for your wall. The reason I didn't link them is because first of all, they come in 1,000 different sizes, so you'd want to measure and get the ones that fit your space. Mine stick out from the wall about 3.5 inches, which I thought was plenty of room. I wish they stuck out a little more because it's kind of hard to layer things in them, and I don't want everything just flat. So I'd like to do some layering, so I can do a little, but if they stuck out just another inch, I'd have a little more room. So I got mine on Amazon. There's a ton on Etsy as well. You might even have a local woodworker that makes them. You probably could find plans and make your own. They're not that difficult. We're not handy. So if I were to buy some more, which I may at some point, I think I'd look for ones that stuck out like 4.5 inches. So that's that. Was that it? That's my life update. What'd that take? 4 minutes? It never really takes that long. Like I said, I have no FFOs, fully finishes. I do have finishes, however. So what I've been doing, And we're gonna start with whips because this is kind of how my week goes. So Monday morning, I wake up, or late Sunday night if I'm still up. I hear a ding and I know it's midnight and I've been up too long. I mean, I'm in bed, but I'm not sleeping. And I know that that is the latest installment of the Pixels That Made Us Sal from PicStitch. So this is what I call the Gamer Sal because it spells out the word gamer. And that's where, well, we're getting close. I mean, we still have, I think, 6 weeks, including this week, but I almost have game. So this one was the Nintendo NES. Then we went to Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, M, which I have, that one was done last time you saw it. That is arcade, and now we're over here on the E, which is Sega. So, I don't think you've seen any of this. I don't know how much you've seen, because it comes every 2 weeks. But all of this I know you haven't seen. So it's Sonic and Tails and Knuckles and some more people. And then now I'm up here. There's Mega Man. It's this part of the E. And then next week will be this part of the E. And then the R. And the R will be, he just announced it, Super Nintendo, I think. I'm stitching mine on 16 count Alchemy from Picture This Plus. And I chose 16 count so it would be a smidge smaller and it would fit on a fat quarter the long way. You can still get in on this. I mean, it's got 6 more weeks, but if you signed up now, you just get the whole chart as is, because every week when he emails it out, it's kind of the whole thing. It's not just that one section. So this is a fundraiser for Child's Play. You make a donation and then you email Justin at PicStitch and he gets you on his list. And you too can get an email at midnight if you're still awake. So that one's coming right along. So I start that one on Monday morning. Oh, by the way, so yesterday, he sent out the list of flosses that we need for the R. Like he kind of broke it up so that every few weeks you get a new floss list for the new letter. And there were only like 9 or 10 new flosses this time, but it's the last letter. I counted the master floss list. There were 33 flosses on a page. You know, I think there was like 6 or 7 pages. I don't know. There's 206 flosses in there. 206. Would have been 207, but one of them he has on listed as backstitch. 310. It's backstitch and a number, so I didn't count that one twice. So when I'd started that, if you'd have told me, oh, there's 206 colors in there, I would have laughed at you that I was starting that, because that is not what I'm all about. But there you have it. I'm liking it. It's a lot of work, but it looks great. So then the other Sal, my other whip, Satsuma Street's Wizard of Oz. The border has come out and then the first square came out. So this one I'm stitching on 14 count, Picture This Plus Arial. And it's a diamond, so it's kind of hard to hold up. So the border I'm not done with. I'm gonna work on that somewhere this week. This is the next square, so I'll at least be ready for that. So I'm just gonna fold it up so you can see the current one, which I believe is the Good Witch of the North, because it's by the book. I don't know her name. So there she is. Those little munchkins are adorable. Adorable. And the little shoes. I don't know how well she's showing. She is in like white, and white was the one color on my fabric that was tough. But she's backstitched. So that was nice. The little house, the shingles are backstitched, and they're supposed to be backstitched in 2 strands. I had to pick them out and do them in 1 strand because 2 strands just look terrible. All of the stitches are, I stitch on Aida mostly, they're like, you have to split the Eta, and they just weren't looking good. So I just did it in 1 strand. I think it's fine. Their little beards are 2 strand. Like, I do like that it adds some different dimension, but I also didn't want it to look super sloppy. So there's that one. So I start my week, I work on the gamer cell, and then usually I'm done that one by Wednesday, on a good week, Wednesday. And then I'm like, all right, last week, 2 weeks ago, I was like, okay, well now the Satsuma one comes out, so I'll work on that. This past week, I didn't have Satsuma to work on. I could have worked on the border, but I was like, okay, what do I have that's closest to a finish? This is how I've been choosing my projects. It's June. What do I have that's closest to a finish? So what I had that was closest to a finish was Turkey Bay. And now it is a finish. So this is by Plum Street. I should have brought the chart down because I made a lot of color changes. So mine is stitched on 14, I think, count vellum from Picture This Plus. And I kind of darkened, like the water is Chesapeake Bay. I kind of darkened it. That pilgrim gets me, those turkeys. So yeah, I got it done. I really like it. I didn't run out of red rocks. I thought I was going to because these are like little berries and I did mine as Smyrnas. And then this big flower was that same color and I thought for sure I was gonna run out. But I didn't. If I thought I was when I started it, I did all the berries first so I knew they'd match. And then I thought, well, if I'm gonna run out of red rocks or I don't think I have enough, I'll just pick a different color and do that flower, but I did. So that one's done. That one I think I'm just gonna straight frame because I think it will fit in an 8 by 10. We'll see in the fall. All right, so then I was like, that might have been 2 weeks ago's finish. Well, what's next? What's next closest to a finish? Well, that would be Meow Block from Hands On Design. So I got that one done. This was already done, this panel. So there's all my kitties. Mine is on a 16 because I needed a color that the white would show up on, and this is what I had, it's beige. I had to dunk it in some fabric softener because it was super stiff. And I used a blue for this border instead of the gray because I didn't want to use the fancy floss to do all that border because I thought that was a lot of fancy floss to use and I wanted to use DMC. But I didn't have a gray that matched. But I had a blue that matched, so I did that. So I finished the top, which is right here. Now, their little eyes are supposed to be like backstitched all the way around, but I did one and I liked it better without, so I unpicked it and left them. So there's my top. You put a piece of felt in here. It came with like a pink, but I might switch it to a blue. And then here's the bottom. This one's fancy. So you just do the square, and then I thought I would add my initials and the date, and I used these little bits up here are paw prints, which took me a while to figure out, but they are. So I just put 2 of them in the pink. So this one needs to be sewn together, which I've never done, but she's got instructions and it's doable. So when I will get to that, I don't know. I might get finishing done this summer because that's where the good air conditioner is. And it'll be cold in there. So I finished that. And then I thought, what's next closest to a finish? Now this one I did not expect to get finished, yet here it is. Next closest to a finish was Dancer. So I got my second reindeer done. Look at him sparkle. These I'm doing all on Picture This Plus Haven 16 count. I think this is a discontinued fabric because people are having a hard time getting some blues, the blue dyes. So the last reindeer, I did them in order. So Dasher had a little bit of Krynic and a boatload of beads. Dancer has a whole lot of Krynic, but lighter on beads. So honestly, I got all the beading done except this sparkly tree in one evening. And then I could have stayed up another half an hour to get that done, but I thought I'll just mess it up, so I waited. So yeah, this is my second reindeer and it's done. I don't know when I'm starting the next. I haven't even looked to see how much stitching's involved in that one. Dasher, I did in January. Hi, Emmy. Don't knock stuff over. She makes no promises. It took me 7 days. This one took a whole lot longer than 7 days, but it's done. She's coming for my water. Get away. I got an ice cube in there. Should be batting that around. Lit her nose up in my water. So those are my finishes. And my whips. That is all my stitching from the last 2 weeks, and I think that was quite a bit. It was hot. I've been hanging out in the room, just hanging out. Oh, I have another piece going in the car, but you can't see that yet, and that's not even done, and it's in the car. That's it. So one more thing I wanted to talk about before we do giveaways, and I have just a tiny smidge of haul. And I didn't even pull this out of the bag. I just grabbed the whole heavy bag. So, earlier this year, I did a restart on Woodland Christmas, which is out of this book, which for some reason is like $100. This is the 2013 Cross Stitch Christmas book. Do not pay $100 for this book. Check your library. There's a good chance you might find it in other places that aren't. I don't know why this one's so much. And then some others are like $10, $15. This one's expensive. So this is the chart. Woodland Christmas is by Karen Kluba of Rosewood Manor. Okay, I haven't worked on it in a long time. I'd like to get back to it, but it's not close to a finish. It's nowhere near close to a finish. This is on 25 count Wedgwood blue. And the reason I'm doing it on 25 count is a lot of these like little birds are these, are those ones? Yeah, they are. They're over 1. And I'm not really, I'm an Ada girl, so I needed something really big. It's gonna be big by the time I'm done because I'm using such a big fabric. So, when I showed this, I showed it in my whip parade and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna restart it because I had done it on a Jobelin that I just hated. I had a lot of people ask about this chart. So I emailed Karen Kluba and I said, hey, I know other designers, sometimes in these books, the Cross Stitch Christmas books, will then release the chart. Like I have, you know, there's some Satsuma Street charts and Stitchrovia charts that they'll then a year later or 2 or 3 or whatever, they'll come out. And I said, is this one that you would ever think of re-releasing? And this was like over the winter. And she said, well, let me check my contract, but it's not with me because she snowbirds. So it was she was at her winter house, it was at her summer house. So I reached back out to her. She said, I'll be home in mid-May. So I waited a bit and I reached back out to her and she did check. And unfortunately, when she did this design, it was a contract that gave them full rights. So she cannot reprint this chart. But what she said was, she would recommend, if you're interested in this chart, and a 4 screw, which is huge. But if you look at it, and I had thought this all, I had called Woodland Christmas and a 4 screw light. A lot of the motifs are exactly the same. So she recommended, like, you could just do this section. Or you could just do this section. And like, where's the fox? Here's the little fox, right? It's the same little fox. I know full well I stitched this tree already. Like a lot of them really are exactly the same. So that was her recommendation. Now, one bonus, I looked at this chart. She sent me this chart. This chart is this week's giveaway. There's no over 1 in this chart. So you could stitch this on whatever you wanted to. Yeah, there's no, all of the birds are full size. So that's a bonus in my book. So like she said, you could just pick and choose. You could make your own and just fit stuff in. I bet it even uses a lot of the same colors. So there is your update on Woodland Christmas. Keep your eye out for this book. I don't see its price going down. I didn't even look to see if there were any available. I just remember the last time I showed it that it was like, what on earth? So we'll jump into giveaways. So we have one giveaway this week, and it is a copy of Anna Forrest Grew. Now this entire chart $420 by 200. And she even says right in here, be creative, stitch different sections of the design for smaller items. And look on the back, like she's got a couple like needle books and a scissor fob. So if you'd like to win this copy of Anna Forrest Grew, use the word forest, leave for, you don't have to make a sentence, you can just write forest. Forest. Please be 18 so you can give me your address. I'd appreciate if you're a subscriber. Don't say giveaway, and we will pull for this. So a huge thank you to her. She said she'd send me one so I could kind of show, and I said great, and then I'll give it away because I'm not stitching that. And I'm stitching Woodland Christmas, and they're so much the same, why would I? Last week's giveaways, or last video's giveaways, got buried. These were from Penny at thedailystitcher.com, and it was 2 new hands-on design charts. So turn up the beat. This one went to Hannah O, and the Liberty banner, and that one went to Christy T. And I did comment on both your comments, so let me know your address, send me an email, and we'll get those out to you. And then I just wanted to remind you that Penny is still doing the giveaway through her shop. Anyone who makes a purchase of any kind between now and she's going to pull on July 4th will win one of her new, ooh, that's shiny, Bitzy Keep. That's what they're, it's Kelly Stodola, and I didn't remember what she was calling it. Bitzy Keep, which has like the flossy holding stuff, a needle minder. This comes off, it's just stuck on there. The holes for your thread, it's got sticky labels so you can label it, and there's another magnet in here. So it's for a Bitzy Keep and 2 charts of your choice. And again, that's any purchase you make, you're entered, and Penny is going to pull on 4th of July, which is so scary that it's almost 4th of July. Purchases, I did make a couple purchases. The first one I'm very excited about and I've already used. I finally got a color card. Was it Mother's Day? My husband was asking, oh, what would you like for Mother's Day? And I thought, oh, I don't need anything. And then I thought, oh, you know what I'd like is one of those color cards. And they're sold out everywhere. So I put 1, 2, 3, you can sign, sign up when it comes into stock. And it came into stock and I went, boop, ordered. So it's the one with the floss, and they do it by color family. So I didn't really realize how they did this. They're not in order, they do it by color family, and then in the back, on the back page, there's the list in order of all the floss and what page they're on, so you can find it. So I'm very excited for this, and like I said, I've already used it. And then the 2 things. Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, I was looking at her shop. She was having a birthday sale, and I was looking at her shop, and I don't need any charts, I'm just looking. But she had some color and cotton fabric. She had a piece of 20 count, Ada, in Luna, which is like this bluey gray, And I like really small fabric sometimes for ornaments. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna grab that. She also had a floss color I needed that I've been having a hard time finding, so I got that. And then I did get one chart that was on sale, and that was Halloween square dance. I love these. I did the Christmas ones. I'm tempted, I did 3 of the Christmas ones in a little row, and I'm tempted to do all of them because I love them. So this is part 1. I believe there's 3 parts, and then on the back, look at those pads. So they must be coming up in a future release. I won't get to these for ages, but maybe for Halloween. And then the other thing I got was on Memorial Day, Simple Stitches Fabric Shop was doing free shipping, and they have some really nice fat quarter bundles. And they're not like necessarily from the same line, but they put them, like they curate them, and they have great eye for color. So I bought a fall one. So it has like some reds and yellows and brownie oranges and greens. And then they, like, how cute is their packaging? Like, thank you with their card, and I think this is a fat 1/8. Like, I don't think it's a full fat quarter. I haven't opened it. Simple Stitches is the place that does the bundles for Hands-On Designs, Chalk Talk. When she does the little pillow with like all the fabrics, they're the ones who put those bundles together. So I finally got one of those. And that is it. That's everything. Plans will be more of the same. I'm working on the gamer cell. I'll finish that up probably Wednesday. This week I need to work on Satsuma, get that border. I'd like to get the border for that square that's coming done, and then the rainbow right under it. We'll see. My car project will probably be what I take in for tennis. And then, like I said, I'm running out of projects that are close to a finish, so I'll have to decide of what's left. There's a lot left, but of what's left, what do I want to work on? So I believe that is all. I hope everyone has fun that's going to StitchCon this weekend and next weekend. I've got some friends that are going. They're flying out Thursday, I think Cheryl said they fly out Thursday. I won't be going. Honestly, I'll probably never be going. It's right at the end of the school year for us. We get out late. Compared to the rest of the country, we get out right on time for us. So it's right at the end of the school year, which most years we have a bunch going on. This year we don't. And that's a lot of people for me in one space. So I probably won't. Never say never. Cheryl might convince me at some point, but it would be a hard convince. I hope you all have a great couple of weeks. I should be back in 2 weeks. Like I said, with summer, don't be surprised if it's not a regular every 2-week Tuesday. We'll see what happens. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.